Welcome to Seen and Heard podcast, where everyone should be seen and heard. I'm Sharon, your host, and tonight we're going to briefly talk about uh, Trump being reinstated on Facebook and Twitter, and we're going to talk about TikTok and the politicians that feel TikTok is a threat. Um, I'm going to open up with a video explaining a little bit about the TikTok ban. We're going to discuss this on the other side, as well as Trump being allowed back on social media to wreak havoc and foment violence.
One senator and two House representatives want to ban TikTok in the United States. Here we go again. A new bill was introduced in the House and the Senate today called the Averting the National Threat of Internet Surveillance, Oppressive Censorship and Influence and Algorithmic Learning by the Chinese Communist Party Act, or Antisocial CCP Act. The bill sponsors, which include two Republicans and one Democrat, say if passed, the bill would block transactions from any social media company in or under the influence of China, Russia, or several other countries of concern. All this comes after the United States government has yet to come up with a deal with TikTok to ensure that U.S. user data isn't being shared with the Chinese government. In case you didn't know, because TikTok is owned by a Chinese company called ByteDance, TikTok is required under Chinese law to make the app's user data available to the Chinese government if it asks for it. The bill says, if passed, the block on TikTok would not be lifted until the President of the United States could ensure Congress that TikTok is no longer sharing U.S. user data with China, which U.S. intelligence officials say our national security. Now, TikTok US has not responded yet to this bill, but has said repeatedly that it stores U.S. user data on its own U.S. servers in data centers in Virginia and Singapore. Now, what are the realities of this bill actually passing? It's really hard to tell. It may pass the new Republican-controlled House next year, but it's less likely to pass the Democrat-controlled Senate. And even if it does somehow pass both chambers, this bill is relying on the same law that President Trump tried to use in his attempt to block TikTok back in 2020. If you remember, those actions failed repeatedly in federal court. So if you want to read this 9-page bill, I'll send it out tonight in my NewsGirl News Roundup email. One senator and
So that was the brief summary on the TikTok bill. Like she said, a handful of the American lawmakers, Republican and Democrat, are trying to ban TikTok. Well, I think besides the fact of the data, because Facebook, Google, Twitter, Instagram, they all collect data, they all spy on their users as well. But what the politicians are seeking to ban about TikTok, they realize the threat it poses to them as Gen Z has the ability and the motivation to organize online to reshape the corporate and public policy, making life harder for companies everywhere and disrupting politics with the click of a button. Now, the media, all of our media basically is being bought up by right wing fascist billionaires. And I'm going to keep on talking about that because they are trying to control the narrative. They are trying to silence activists and Gen Z because they realize how powerful they are. Well, if they wipe out TikTok, because that's where the majority of Gen Z and the activists gather, because Twitter has Elon Musk, apartheid, Elon Musk, who silences and suppresses activists and their voices. TikTok is the main meeting place for activists and Gen Z and millennials, and for any other marginalized voices. They mainly use TikTok. So that's I believe is like the top reason they're trying to wipe out or ban TikTok. They're using all these other excuses, but those excuses they're using to want to ban TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Google, they're all guilty of those exact things. So we're going to move on from there because, of course, I'm going to talk about this again on a future podcast. But I wanted to go into Facebook and Instagram reinstating Donald Trump after 2 years. So this article is by Jahan Jones, and it's a MSNBC blog, and he put this out. This was this was today because we all just got the news about Trump coming back. Um, Meta announced Wednesday that it will allow Trump, I can't call him the P word, to return to Facebook and Instagram in the coming weeks, ending a 2-year suspension that followed his acts of incitement leading up to and during the Capitol riot in 2021. Besides Capitol riot, it was an attack on this country. Facebook suspended Trump indefinitely on January 7th in 2021 after he spread dangerous lies about the 2020 election. But Meta, Facebook's parent company, reduced that to a 2-year ban. In June later that year, Meta's oversight board claimed the indefinite ban was not appropriate, and the company said Trump could be reinstated if conditions permit. Nick Clegg, president of global affairs at Meta, said in a statement Wednesday that new guardrails are being put in place to deter repeat offenses. There will be heightened penalties for repeat offenses, penalties which will apply to other public figures whose accounts are reinstated from suspensions related to civil unrest under our updated protocol. Clegg said, in the event that Mr. Trump posts further violating content, the content will be removed and he will be suspended for between 1 month and 2 years, depending on the severity of the violation. Attacking our country and the Capitol was not sufficient enough for a permanent suspension. I don't know what else is. And that's peak white privilege there, because God forbid he wore a tan suit. In the 2 years since he was banned from Facebook, Trump has shown no signs of stopping his dangerous behavior, going as far as launching his own social media platform where he can fire off the same lies and baseless conspiracy theories at will. But to be frank, Facebook hasn't inspired much confidence in its desire to improve its most dangerous aspects since then either. Now Meta is inviting someone back who generated a lot of traffic for the company, and at a time when it's showing some financial instability. Are those the conditions that permit a power-hungry fire hose of violent rhetoric back into the fold? Apparently so. And also, Mark Zuckerberg doesn't like TikTok as well because TikTok has siphoned off his users. Well, the Gen Z and millennials don't want to be on Facebook, where boomers are on there posting lies from Trump. They don't want that. They want a better life in this country. They are taking politics seriously, and they don't respect the adults that are praising and supporting someone in power that attacked our country. So the youth do not respect that, and they've left Facebook. They're not coming back to Facebook. So this is a ploy by Mark Zuckerberg to allow him back because he thinks that's going to help him with his ad revenue or whatever. But the youth are not coming back. So the way I feel, Meta reinstating Trump's accounts on Facebook and Instagram is egregious. I really don't want to hear any politician crying about TikTok when Zuckerberg and his Meta, Facebook, Instagram platforms are allowing and are going to allow the most dangerous person in this country to spew lies unchecked with impunity. So I will leave it there, and if you like this program, we are peer supported, and all support would be greatly appreciated. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, leave them in the comments section, I have also a number that you call. You can see at the end the outro. And I will see. Thank you for listening. And I would like to hear from you. And I will see you on the next show. Thank you.
We'd like to hear from you. If you'd like to leave feedback, a comment or ask a question, leave us a voicemail at 615-447-8290. Thank you. City Scene Productions / Media Company and Seen and Heard podcast are peer supported. All support is greatly appreciated, whether it is equipment or financial, every little bit helps. Every contribution, however big or small, powers our programming, staff and creators, and sustains our future. Any amount you are able to give to help support our journey and progress will be greatly appreciated. If you would like more info, please go to our contact page to leave a message and one of the members of our team will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you.